Hey guys, and happy full moon. I totally already recorded this once, but my mic was not plugged in. Actually, it was plugged in, but it wasn't registering. A funny prequel to Mercury Retrograde that's coming up the 25th of this month, which is November if you're hearing this in the future of its recording. Anyway, I hope that the new moon in Scorpio, the Scorpio moon cycle, is treating you well. If it's not, you're not alone. And we do have to remember that, it's transformation, okay? It's the phoenix rising from the ashes. You have to burn things down in order to recreate something new and better on top. You can't just add on top of what you already have. There's not enough space for that. There's not enough room, enough energy to work with. You don't want everything to get all caked up and gunked up. It's just going to cause more problems. So, we've been talking about how transformation works, and it can look really messy. It can feel terrible while it's happening. But we have to remember that the universe wants the best for us, like it's our parent, just as long as we want the best for us and we're willing to do the work and to make the changes to get what is best for us and what we want. We kind of have to demand it. But it doesn't always look like it is what we want in the beginning. For example, if you're a parent and your child has a huge sweet tooth and they're just eating all the candy, you're at some point going to have to put your foot down and be like, no, you can't have any more candy, because it's going to rot their teeth out, right? It's going to make them diabetic. The kid wants to be healthy. They want to feel good. But when the parent takes the candy away, the kid sees that as a huge injustice. Such a mean parent you are. The universe does this in the same exact way, and it doesn't explain it to us most of the time. It's an because I said so type of parent. It's not a gentle parent. It's a tough love parent. It's a figure it out type of parent. And keeping that mindset, keeping that perspective can help you better cope with things as they're unfolding. Like when I'm driving around town or whatever and I get behind a really slow vehicle, or I hit every red light, or now I'm stuck in traffic and it's moving at a slow crawl, I always take a deep breath and remind myself. I say, thank you, universe, for delaying me and keeping me away from that thing that was going to be bad for me. Maybe because of that delay, I was not in an accident. Maybe because of that delay, I'm running into somebody that's going to hold an opportunity for me, or just somebody that makes me smile. We can't begin to know how things are going to unfold until they do. We just have to trust and have faith that they're unfolding for our best interest, which is hard. Life is hard, especially when the things you're attached to are falling apart. But we just have to take a deep breath, sink into it, let go of control and attachment, and just practice the art of surrender. So let's go ahead. Let's take a deep breath together. And hold it. And release. Okay. So if things are hard for you right now, you're not alone. It is a full moon. Mercury retrograde is coming right around the corner, which is going to tickle our nervous system and challenge our emotional control. I now don't know what I've said in this episode versus the one I just had to delete because my mic wasn't plugged in. But Mercury retrograde starts in about a week, a little longer than. It starts on the 25th of November, 2024. But we're going to go ahead and start feeling those things now, because the shadow effect right before, it's 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after it officially starts and ends. So we're going to go ahead and start feeling the effects of that. It's just not going to be complete full force until the 25th, which means and it's not over until December 15th. So if you have any Christmas shopping to do that requires like big purchases or electronics, either go ahead and do that now or skid in there last minute before Christmas and do it. You don't really want to buy those things, make those big purchases or electronic device purchases during Mercury retrograde. Unless you're not superstitious, then just, to live your life. Don't listen to me. I'm just a crazy person on the internet. But aside from tech issues, we're going to be looking at transportation issues and travel slowdowns. So With the holidays, people travel a lot, so that's not super great. Just leave yourself a lot of leadway time is all you have to do. Take things slow, put lots of room for error and delays in there, and just be super careful and mindful of your surroundings. Aside from tech and transportation, Mercury retrograde asks us to slow down. It asks us to talk less and listen more, double check, double think everything we say, what we think, the words we use, analyze all of our inner workings, and make sure that we're pointing ourselves in the right direction. It's a time for introspection. So it's a great time to learn about your birth chart or your human design or your whatever profile, personality stuff, to get a better understanding of yourself and what you want and where to focus. It's not scary, okay? Just take another look at all of the systems that you have in place and make sure, double check everything. It's the time of year to review things and make sure everything is where it needs to be and how you want it to be and all of that. Sometimes things fall through the cracks and we want to be double checking everything to catch those. So it's not scary, but for the time being, today's the full moon. Sometimes life is a little rough. Do remember that the issues that arise, because the full moon illuminates, it shines light upon, so it's revealing any patterns that need to be worked on and broken. And we can't run away from these. We have to face them. We have to, even though it's hard. We don't want to have the hard conversations. We don't want to irritate the emotions that we already have. We got those emotions all nice and bottled up and secure, and they have not flooded out of us in tears and screaming and crying. And we're so proud of ourselves for containing these emotions and just making do and dealing with what is. But that is not how we fix things, unfortunately. Fixing things is messy. And bottling up emotions is not healthy. It will cause sickness. So let it out. If you need to cry, if you need to scream, try not to hurt anybody in the process, mentally, emotionally, or physically, in any way. Please don't hurt yourself, which holding on to all of these things is hurting yourself. So you have to let it out, okay? In whatever healthy way that you can to move through it and process it, or else nothing's going to get fixed and the patterns are simply going to continue to repeat themselves. So let it go, release it, take a deep breath. It will feel so much better. Address the things that need to be addressed. And also be aware and conscious of where you may be the issue in the situation. Be careful of projection. That is not something we want to do. We want to be careful of that. And then take the time you need to recuperate and practice some self-care. What do you like to do that, to relax a little bit? Maybe it's lay in bed, meditate, take a shower, take a bath, get some sunshine on your face, some fresh air, drink plenty of water, eat something healthy and light, do a little exercise, maybe blast some music and dance, get that movement going. Movement helps move those negative energies, those harmful energies out of the body. It's a really good processing thing, especially when you're singing positive music that is in the direction that you want to be. In which case, I have a great I do have a podcast, obviously you're listening to it. I have a playlist on Spotify called Manifesting Magic. It is totally very R-rated, so if you're easily offended by those types of things, steer clear. But if you think you're cool and you can handle stuff, it's mostly very hip-hoppy, lots of rap, but it's all positive affirmations and like empowering. I will drop that playlist in the show notes below if you're interested. Again, very R-rated, not family-friendly, not safe for work. I do have another one, though, that's called Meditate and Elevate that is family-friendly and is safe for work. I'll drop that one, too. It has less words, and it's more like meditative music. It's the playlist I use during my yoga classes. It's a much smaller playlist because I've been working on it for less time. But yeah, you're not alone. Life is hard. We're all in this together. If I can help in any way, please let me know. Oh, also, you can like do rituals if you want to. Some people like that witchy stuff, and you can like take your crystals out and charge them with intentions and stuff. I have things on that. I'll drop that below too. But until next time, I love you so much. Namaste.